market. I hope you guys are excited for some action over here. We're already having a little bit of fun in the LTMP group this morning. I mean, if you guys were in there, you know we got some really fun trades cooking. We've got another awesome week of earnings coming up. Palantir and HIMS are going to be reporting today. We've got a lot to talk about today, kind of as it relates to the broad market. And yeah, as always, you guys have any tickers that you want me to cover, any questions that you have about long-term investing, trading, anything, just let me know. That's what I'm here for. For those of you guys that are watching this after, remember, I do these streams every single day for you guys, publicly for free at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time every single day. So make sure you guys have notifications turned on for the channel. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, would love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the group, new to the stream, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. It costs you absolutely nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot, spreading these streams out to as many people who actually want to learn. Again, this YouTube channel isn't even monetized. I do these so that I can help you guys actually have a good place to actually come and learn how to actually make money in the market. YouTube demonetized me for all of the epic trades that I was handing out to everybody. Like we're showing all the big 1,000%ers over there, and YouTube was like, oh, that's unrealistic. I mean, dude, I show you guys those every single week. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have some fun here. Let's do our little bit of a roll call. LTMP group, Wally and eBay, looking pretty good over here. So let's see what we've got in here this morning before we start getting into it. We've got Eddie, Jerry, Dawn, Dr. Bob, Gerald, Gray, Rogue, John, Kimberly, One of One, Matt, Daly, Taylor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Wally cooking to the highs. Again, those of you guys in the group, this is my favorite setup going into this week. It's off to a really hot start. Let's see if it ends up following through. If it does, great. This will be another massive trade that we are able to add to the win column. If not, though, again, every single trade that I outline for you guys has the ability to run multi-hundred and multi-thousands of percent. So the outcome of one individual trade for us, when you think about it that way, is pretty meaningless. We know that these big winners are going to come. We just got to put ourselves in the right position in order to do that. Wally's pushing towards those highs. eBay, that post-earnings move is looking pretty good here. And then for those of you guys that were paying attention on the stream last week, MSOS ended up firing off on Friday there. A lot of drama with this one. So I'm in this one with a stop at 277. It either hits or it doesn't. So market overall, though, reacting very positively after the sell-off that we saw last week, which is definitely something that we should be happy about. Again, would I have liked it to come down a little bit further here, maybe into one of these prior all-time high zones? Yeah, obviously, because that kind of can add some more fuel to the fire when everything's moving back up. But just seeing those 2 days of sort of aggressive selling kind of gives us a nice little reset to the market there. It brings that fear and greed index back to like a neutral area. And we can see these bread and butter setups continuing to form. Now, Palantir reporting earnings after hours today. It is now up about 3%. I would prefer to not see anybody in the live chat trying to gamble or asking questions on how to gamble on any one of these earnings events. I think it's a really silly thing to do. I don't know why you would want to do that when I outline for you guys like every single day, every single week here, how to actually make money long-term and consistently in the market. I don't know why you would want to just go and gamble instead. That to me doesn't make logical sense. But yeah, I mean, at Palantir, again, like at some point the market is going to start holding this one to a higher standard. I don't know if it's now. But, I mean, I gave this one to you guys in the teens. This thing is now trading at like 160. Really awesome moves on this one over the last few years here. So congratulations to everybody that's still in this one. Big day for earnings. I would assume they do pretty well, especially after, again, that big, and their guidance should be pretty good, especially after that pretty big, I think it's the Army contract that they got last week. That's going to be a good one there too. HIMS, again, reporting earnings today as well, up 4%. Same thing here. Don't be gambling on earnings. That is not a repeatable process or approach to making money long-term in the market. Be careful. What I want you guys to understand and think about is I want you to aim to do more of what is proven to work over time in the market and aim to do absolutely zero of what is proven not to work in the long run. So we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Wally's looking good here. eBay's pushing. MSOS is looking good. We're off to a hot start this week. We got over FOMC. We had a big earnings week last week. We had the trade deadline on Friday. The market was a little bit crazy. But now we're kind of back to business here, which is going to be fun. Talk about Neo. What do you want to know? Neo's very simple. When you think about NEO, it is very, very, very simple. And I think, again, I'm continuously seeing it in the YouTube comments when I talk about NEO. It's just this groupthink community garbage when people are like, oh, this is going to be, like, they're basically full porting on these individual names. And while granted, like, concentration is the way to build wealth and diversification is the way to keep it, just the thought process behind a lot of these people that are coming in and saying, I'm going to, like, they're almost treating NEO as a guarantee, which it just is not. There's no guarantees in the market or in anything. So when you think about NEO here, the first rollout now of the Onvo L90 has been very positive and is the main reason why NEO has traded from that mid $3 area up into the fives and is now in the upper $4 area. But they need to execute. Like, the main thing with NEO is, are they going to be able to hit the goals that they have outlined going into the end of this year and the beginning of next year? That's it. I really don't care what happens to this thing in the short term here because it's all thesis driven. They're either able to execute and we're able to get that nice re-rating from the market and it trades a lot higher, or it doesn't and then I cut the position and that's it. You know? Very, very, very simple there. Wally looking good. eBay pushing higher here, which is really nice to see. A lot of you guys should have been able to make that eBay post-earnings trade free last week. So this is just going to add icing on the cake here if we end up getting that full-fledged continuation here. So congratulations to everybody that nailed this one and those of you guys that have taken advantage of the LTMP group. I mean, I know it's really going well for all of you guys. NVTS reporting after hours. So yeah, if it's reporting, there's not really much to do with it. UNH still going down. Probably is. I mean, I'm not a fan of UNH. I'm not a fan of this at all. We'll see what happens to it over the next few, I don't know, weeks and months here. I'm not really bullish on the insurance space as a whole, though, especially health insurance. So, premium, things like that, it's just, it's not really something that I really need to have in the portfolio there. Christian, no problem, man. No problem. Again, guys, we have a 200 like goal on the stream today. So if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on the way in, it costs you nothing to do it. Helps me out a lot, spreading these streams out. Again, I don't make money from these streams. I'm here to help you guys. Like, there's so much nonsense out there with what people are trying to do in the market. It's just like, if you can think a little bit differently about how to operate, that's going to make the world of a difference to your performance. So there's not really a whole lot coming through the news feed here today too. Yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Sofi, again, if you guys were paying attention to the YouTube video that I made for you guys this weekend, Sofi is a broken chart right now and you don't go near this. I feel like a broken record here. Like, SoFi's gonna have success over the mid to the long term. They just are. I think they're in a really, really good position right now to continue having success, growing their users, adding these new products, generating more revenues, increasing their average revenue per user. But there's a time and a place to do everything. Like, a lot of people are gonna look at the market every single day and week and say, oh, I have to take action on something, or what's gonna happen now? And a lot of the times, it just doesn't matter, you know? So like with SoFi here, the last two times that it made sense to buy it was when I outlined it at 655 and then the weekly breakout at 1360. Stock is now trading at 21. They had solid earnings. Again, with what I was saying with this one is that the market hasn't really caught on to this one, in my opinion, yet, and given it the overall respect that I think a lot of us think it deserves, but it's still in a good spot. But this chart in the short term here is broken. You had a big gap up on earnings. You had the offering announcement. You had a nice move up on the closing of the offering announcement, and now it's just chopping around here. This is going to need at least a month to settle in here for me to even consider looking at this one for any sort of short-term trades. Does that make sense? It's like, it's just a broken chart. Like, there's nothing really to do with that. Morning, Vix. What's up, James? How you doing? And then, yeah, pinned to the top of the live chat, guys, is the link to hop into LTMP with us. Remember, in September, so at the end of this month, prices are going to go up. So if you guys want to lock in that lower rate, make sure you guys hop in there with us before and... Oh, wait, hold on. I need the actual link for you guys. Oh, wait, no. I'm just going to throw the link in here. Make sure you guys use code August with this link because this is going to be probably the last month that you can get 50% off your first month. It is literally $1 a day for you guys to hop in. You guys have seen what's possible and what everybody's able to generate in there. It's hard to miss. It's really hard to miss. So We'll see kind of what happens today too. We do have yields kind of flickering around at these lows. I like where the 10-year is right now. I'd love to see this one continue to break lower and get the 10-year closer to 4. The other thing I want you to think about too is, especially with the labor market data that came out this weekend, try to avoid a lot of the statements that are coming out from Trump. Like, no matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, whether you're on the right, the left, the middle, like, you still got to make sure that you're thinking of things from an unbiased perspective. The statements that were being made on Friday by Trump were really stupid. Like about the labor market data being cooked. It's like all he had to say, and we were talking about this on the stream this morning, was all he had to say was, we're the United States, we should be able to calculate our labor market data accurately. And if we had the accurate labor market data, maybe we wouldn't have had to have these back and forths with the Fed and they would have been able to cut. That's all that needed to be said. It's not, it's rigged. It's not all this other stuff. It's like, because you can't have it both ways. You can't have the economy being really strong and then also be begging for rate cuts. But then you also can't be saying that the economy's strong and the labor market's really weak. But then you have your argument for rate cuts. So it's one or the other. Let's see. Brittany, so especially from the short-term trading things, everything that I do in the market is the exact same thing every single time. So when you go through the learning curriculum videos that I have for you in the community, it is very, very, very simple to understand when to cut a position. So right now, the only position that I have given out over the last 2.5 years that's in the red is Novo. That's it. So with that one, that's like a 5 to 10 year thesis though. So it's like, it's just like playing, like, I still think that name is very, very undervalued. Like I'm probably going to look to buy even more of it soon. But yeah, I know a lot of people do that, but you guys see, I think you guys are pretty much like, when you see what I do and everything, it's very simple. Cause like when you go through the course curriculum video, you're like, oh, I know this is where I enter. And that's the important thing, Brittany. It's not about like, this is the thing that people don't understand. And it's like, this will make sense, but people will say, oh, I want this. And to me, my response is, quite honestly, I don't care, because I know what each and every one of you guys needs in order to generate the results that you want in the market, because I've done it and I've taught, honestly, at this point, probably thousands of other people to do it too. So I know exactly the process that everybody needs to go through in order to be able to operate in the market with a degree of like professionalism. So what I do is I make sure that you guys understand the exact reasons why you're entering the trade, how you're gonna manage it when you're in it, and the exact reasons when and why you're gonna exit it. It's not about like, oh, follow me. I could make way more money with this if I was just like, no, I'm just going to outline everything and I'm just going to tell you guys what to do when. One, it's illegal. I don't do that. So everybody out there that's like, follow my alerts, they're committing securities violations. That's what they're doing. So what I do is I teach you a process and then I show you guys where the needles in the haystacks are. So then if you decide to, you can then use that process on those names. That's the short-term trading stuff. So some of you guys in live try to be like, oh, I don't want that. It's like, too bad. Then don't expect to have any success in the market. It's simple as that. Like the main reason why like I'm able to show these crazy results from everybody is because of the different way that I run this community. Wally looking all right. eBay's looking good. Let's see what we get here. Market's starting to fade a little. Really, really aggressive action here this morning so far. So yeah, use code August. It's $1 a day. Like for the stuff that we're doing in there and the trades that I hand out, that's why prices are going up at the end of the month. So if you want to lock in the lower rate, make sure you hop in before the end of August. But if not, you can hop in after. You're just gonna have to pay a little bit of a higher price. MSOS is, I mean, it's okay. This one's got a lot of drama to it, which kind of is to be expected, so we'll see what ends up happening. Daniel, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Let's see. Woo! We are basically a quarter of the way there to the 200 like goal. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Where's my baby, AMD? How are we looking on that today? Not bad. Not bad. Facebook, how are we looking here? It's up a little. Yeah, 95 on eBay I think is going to be a good spot, I think. For those of you guys that are, again, on the freebies, that have free eBays after the post-earnings trade last week, 95 is a good spot. Kimberly, there you go. Kimberly's an LTM team member since the beginning. Yes, you were. I can tell you that you will never trade the same way again. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's true. That's true. Let's see. Yeah, market's leaking here, pulling back a little. Let's see what happens with Wally. I'd like to see it hold up, but if the market's going to fade a little bit there, I mean, I'm not going to get very worried about it. You'll have the whole community there to help you too? Oh yeah, the community's great. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything coming through the feed here that we need to be aware of? I don't think so. Got some Tom Lee stuff. What's crypto looking like? I don't want this chart. I want a different chart. Hold on. I want this one. Break and retest of the 10. I don't know. I mean, we did talk about Bitcoin coming down. We talked about XRP moving lower. I think XRP got really close. If it didn't hit 265 yet, really close. Like, we're talking about this one up in here where I was like, yeah, this thing's done. I mean, I did give you guys this setup too on XRP at like 235. Ran all the way up to like 3. That's nasty, 50%. That's pretty good. There's a tremendous amount of support of the community. Yeah, and I'm always around to help you guys. Like, Todd was having issues with the stuff this morning, and even though I don't really have control over, like, WAP support, obviously, like, I'm always there to help you guys. Yeah, any other names that you guys want me to talk about, let me know. But I think we're just gonna be watching a lot of that. Like, Walmart's looking really good. I want to see if MSOS get back to like 330, 350. That'd be kind of cool. That would kind of show us that one actually wants to go. eBay, I mean, looking great here. Can't really complain. MP, I believe MP has a really good setup. It does. The only problem is earnings on Thursday, so you're not going near that one. PCG, let's see. I mean, that chart is wild. Interesting setup here. These could just be fake crazy wicks. But if this was a normal setup here and this wick was not there, I would have loved this. So let's see. Yeah, I want to see Wally crack 100. I really do want to see if Wally can crack 100 today, that'd be big time. 99.50 was big. I like that. I was kind of that first area where I was like, all right, this one looks like it really wants to get going there. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll be our next big multi-100 or potentially multi-1,000% gainer. Who knows? Every one of them could be. So market ate up that candle pretty quickly there. That's a good sign. You got in at MP at $24 a share. Nice. There you go. UNH, not a fan. Not buying UNH. Everybody that was on Twitter and everything telling you that UNH was super undervalued and to buy it, fire them. UNH is not, like, you'd have to be so bullish on the insurance space right now that just not make any sense, you know? I'm not a fan of it. Like, even the people in my group that, like, listen to me all the time, that, like, understand the thought process that I have and everything like that, like, even they were asking, they were curious about it, and I was like, I'm not a fan of this. Sometimes, guys, things are down for a reason, you know? Like, it's a re-rating. Like, if you looked at, like, prior revenues, all of those things, like, maybe it looks undervalued, but now that if you have, like, big multiple compression and also, like, like margin shrinking and all of these other things. It's like, I'd probably leave that one alone. Yeah, Walmart has given us a multi-thousand%er before, so we'll see. Maybe it does it this time, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Remember, like I never, like, guys, I don't know for sure which ones are gonna fire off, but I know what all of them look like before they do, and so do all of you guys now in LTMP. Kimberly, yeah, fair. I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me that more people don't decide to trade the way that we do. But I think people are just inherently gamblers. They're like not, and they don't actually want to make money in the market. That's kind of like they may not think that, but like their decisions would dictate, like that their decisions would kind of showcase that. Your buddy was buying UNH on that vest. Was asking me this week, what's up with UNH? Why is it down so much? I was like, I don't know. LTMP. Yeah, dude. That was not one that I would go near. But again, like I'll be wrong every now and then. Like technically right now, like I am wrong on Nova. Like just looking at this chart here, we bought it here, it ran up, that was very nice, and then started to die. But again, I still think this one, because it's very different than UNH. Like I think you still have oral GLP-1s, you have all sorts of other stuff that could come out, and it's possible that this one is having almost like a Facebook moment. It's not like it's in a similar industry, in a similar situation, but like the apathy towards this is just, it's interesting because you still have giant revenue growth from this area right here, and the argument that I outlined for the community is kind of the same thing. It's like how is somebody going to explain to me how a stock can increase revenues and grow the way that they have, and continuously generate these revenues and are now trading at levels that are now lower than what they were before that revenue increase? To me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, yes, growth could slow down, but that still doesn't mean it needs to be trading down here. So we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong on it, but I think in the long run, I will not be. I'm thinking about coin too. Where is coin? I kind of want some coin. Give this some time. Sell it down to the 200. We had a nice trade on coin, a couple weeks ago on the Bitcoin breakout. That was fun. You've been trying to get him in the community for a while and he doesn't want to pay anything? That's crazy. That's crazy. It is so cheap for the results that I'm giving everybody. It's like, no, I don't want to pay $59. Okay, I'm just gonna keep handing out multi-1,000% gains. How about that? And your buddy will just keep missing them, Daniel. It's like, what do we got on the feed? India is not only buying massive amounts of Russian oil, it will be substantially raising the tariff paid by India to the USA. Oh, great. Oh, great. Great. Nice. More tariffs. Market looked good there for a second, and then whack. I don't know, man. I feel like at this point, I'm just so unbothered by all of these announcements. I just don't care. Like, oh, tariffs. Even when we were like selling off aggressively after and during Liberation Day, like you guys remember my tone. I was just like, all right, they're gonna sell it off. Are we really gonna have this massive inflationary spike, growth slowdown, and everything? It's like, no, we're not. So I just like, you gotta, and that's the other thing that's really important too, is like when you can understand the big picture of everything that's happening, it makes it a lot easier to withstand a lot of the short-term volatility. Get the likes up, it's free. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, guys, we have a 200 like goal on the stream. We are about 40 likes away from being halfway there to the goal. We might be able to hit that. 200 likes today? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, then that first 3,000%er hits and you're in for life. Yeah, it's like you guys are gonna hop in there and be like, oh, it's this simple? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So you either want to make money in the market or you don't. It's fine with me. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Wally looking good up here near these highs. It's nice. Nice day today so far. Good way to start off the week. So we'll see if we can continue it through. I think it's going to take a couple of days here to get some more of those bread and butter setups forming after the sell-off in the market. But there is one that I am very, very interested in that we talked about on the private Discord stream this morning that I'm very, very interested in trading. I'm going to send the actual ticker in the watch list section to you guys later. But like, it hasn't set up yet, but it is getting there, and my spidey senses are tingling, which usually when that happens. Let's see, APLD earnings play. Didn't it already report? If it already reported, there's nothing to do on it. Like a post-earnings consolidation, sure, yeah. Like if it flatlines here, the range tightens up and then it breaks, sure. But like this one, it's kind of one of these like hype names that moves like crazy. So I'm probably just going to stay away from these. A lot of those types of names, guys, they get like hyped up and everything. Like I showed all of you, 2 weeks ago, that when things are going to make aggressive moves, this is how you do it. Like that's how I gave you guys Kohl's, AEO, and DNUT well before they actually fired off. It's not like maybe you can squeeze something decent out of this, but it's just like, the ranges are big. You're going to see a lot of volatility. Like maybe it does go. I would just rather stick to the more bread and butter ones, you know? And thinking about the post-earnings trade too, it's like, well, one, it would have already invalidated down below the bottom side. And even if it were to hit the top side on the following days, well, it's not because think about the overall like psychology and the behavioral finance elements of like what is actually going on there. If the market was actually that excited about earnings, they would have bought it up that day. You know? APLD is a hype play. Most things that go from $4 to 15 in a short period of time, in my opinion, are gonna get labeled as a hype play for me. Data centers? I don't like data centers. I've had a lot of people ask me about like data centers, things like that, and it's like one of those things that like if everybody knows about it and everybody's talking about it, I don't really want to go near it. It's oversaturated, you know? Are they going to be useful? Yeah, we definitely need them. But it's one of those things where it's just like, something's up. You know? I don't like to do what everybody else does. It's not a very smart way to do things. You want to have different results in the market? You got to think and act differently than everybody else does. Very simple. Market doing here? It's not really reacting to that India news. So, yeah, nothing crazy right here. NEO down 7%. Yeah, it's also up what, like 40-something% like the last month? Is there any news on it? Are they? Well, the other thing is too is remember what they did with the rollout of the Onvo, one of the Onvo models like last year. It was just terrible. I hate when people come into the comment section too and they're like, I think it's a guaranteed thing. Why are you talking about it like it's not? It's like, you want me to come out on YouTube and say that something's a guaranteed move? Brilliant. Let's see. This is interesting. Indication from, I don't know if that's real. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's just being Neo. Got some volatility to it. I don't know. I own like 4,000 shares at 455. What's it at right now? 468. Still consolidating in a nice range here. It's a good looking chart. That is a good looking chart. Not going to trade it because I already own it, but if that can continue holding here, that could look good. Yeah, let's see. Oh, yeah, keep smack. You guys are crushing the like button today. I like it. We actually, what are we, 30-something away from 100? Almost halfway there on the 200 like goal. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So, yeah, Wally's looking really good. That's a hot start for us there. MSOS, we'll see. So I'm right on that trade. Moved back up nicely today, though. I didn't get the best entry on that either. eBay's still looking good here too. If that can get some follow through, that could be fun. See if there's anything else on the feed here. No, it's just the Trump India stuff, which the market's not really reacting to. Yeah, back up there. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, yields up a quarter. I like where we're hanging out here though. Where's the dollar? And then I want to see USD JPY. USD JPY probably moved around a lot on Friday. I don't think I looked at it though. Yeah, right back down. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Palantir and HIM's earnings today will get interesting. See what happens with those. Yeah, you're just flagging at the highs here on the market. After that move up here, now that we're kind of like getting into midday, I wouldn't really expect all that much to happen. And now that we saw like the India tariff rate going up and the market didn't nuke itself on that yet, I mean, I'd say that's a pretty positive sign. That the market didn't just completely shark fin off of that news. Now, it still could, but I would say it would then be a result of something else, like additional information or just something else happening in the market. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'd love to see Wally get to 100 today. That'd be cool. MSOS 330. eBay get to like 94, 95. That'd be nice. It's been a good start to this week. Good start to the week. Can't complain. No complaints from me so far. What I will complain about is them screwing me on Reddit. That was mean. They didn't open the option chain, and then the thing rocketed for us. And I was like, well, okay. I guess I can't trade it. To close a covered call, you just buy one. You buy back the one that you sold. So if you have covered calls, you can click it, and it's just buy to close. So like usually you would just sell to close on your long options, and it's the same thing. You would just hit sell to close. Or buy to close, sorry. That's it. My AMD ones from last year, I just let them expire. I was selling a lot of those. Those made some money. Then I put it in yin. That doubled. That was fun. That was very fun. It just feels like it's been a little slow. Like we've seen some fun movements. But also, I mean, we are spoiled from 2 weeks ago when I gave you guys DNUT, AEO, and Coles, and it was like every day of multi-1,000% gains for everybody. So it's going to happen again, and all of you guys that are sitting on the sidelines now need to make sure that you're prepared for when that does happen, because it's like the same thing. Like you weren't prepared for all of those other ones. Are you going to be prepared for the next time that happens? I don't know. We are. They're not that hard to spot. What was that? Is that anything useful? No, nothing yet. Ooh, hold on. There were 2 weeks that were really fun. Yeah. We're going to do it again. But that's the point. It's like the market, guys. And a lot of people think about the market and like consistency in terms of like, I'm going to make 1% a day or I'm going to make X amount per day. The market's not a fixed income instrument. Don't treat it like one. It's not what it is. Your only job in the market is to execute. What are you executing? High quality A+ setups. That's it. If there aren't any, then you don't do anything. It's very, very simple. And that's like the thing that I try to drill into your guys' heads all the time. It's just like, if I sit here and do nothing, I don't want to hear any complaining. Like, don't rush me. You guys saw the performance of like what I was up over the last 3 months here. It was like over 200%. Do you think that happens from me just like sitting around, just like willy-nilly doing nonsense when I'm bored? No. No. Again, focus on what works and aim to do none of what is proven not to work. Very simple. Very simple, guys. No need to overcomplicate it. MSOS looking all right. eBay, we'll see what happens to this. Wally hanging out near the highs, looking good. Thoughts on Wolf? It's a crypto name. It's going to move with crypto. I'm not very, well, I mean, it has earnings coming up here, so I wouldn't touch this. If I were to just look at this chart right here, though, and it didn't have earnings, I would say that this one's got a high likelihood of trading back down to like 430. Not a very good chart there. XRP went back up to $3. Did it? Yeah, it's back there. I mean, I was pretty close. What was I? 7 cents off this thing? Pretty dang close from 321. That could set up again there, but again, XRP is one that it's like, guys, it's gonna move up with crypto. Is it gonna replace Swift? No. Don't listen to these people on the internet that tell you, because just logically, if these banking institutions are making money off of this, why would they then just decide to make less money? Like, would you just decide to make less money? No. So then why would you expect them to, you know? Yeah, Wally looks good here. Yeah, the one thing we were talking about this one, though, is that if you did get it at 235 and you liked it for the long run, it's like just throw stops at $3 or like 265 and just like let it go. If that's what you were using it for. If it was a trade, you hit all the targets. 265, you got $3, and then you got all-time, or these highs. I think that's all-time highs. The crypto setups are now, when those fire off, they're the cleanest ones. They're so cool to watch play out because they hit and then they just go. And the charts look great too. They're just nice to trade. But you need the overall crypto market to set up for it, which I could look, but I don't think there's very much right now out there in the crypto space. Like, we've had some epic ones in the past, like 1 to 40 risk to rewards on like Dogecoin. Those are pretty nutty. So Wally's looking good, eBay's looking good, MSOS looking good. We'll see what happens with them and go from there. Neo, I've talked about Neo so much today already. It's just like it's Neo. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. It's a very volatile name, and it's still right in the period of consolidation. Like, you got to be thesis driven with it. I don't think anybody should really be thinking too hard about Neo's short-term price action. Why? The whole thing with Neo is that they're either able to deliver on the goals that they have outlined to shareholders or they're not. If they do, they're going to get re-rated a lot higher. If they don't, then I'm going to sell it and it's over. Right? Very simple. It also went from what, 350 to like over $5 recently? Okay. Don't try and ask too much out of these names in too short periods of time. You know? That's another thing. It's like that chasing mentality. It's like, oh, it went from 3 to 5. It's probably going to go from 5 to 10. And when in reality, that's actually not the likely outcome. It probably needs to either pull back, consolidate, wait for new information to come out, which could happen. I mean, we could see some positive news this month about the actual deliveries of those that Onvo L90. And if that happens, I think the market's going to like that. And you could easily see Neo at 6 or 7. Probably 6. That's probably pushing it 7 because they need a lot more to get themselves going higher. You know? Simple, though. Yeah, market's just chopping around here. I like that it didn't nuke off of that India news. That I'm a fan of. ChatGPT to hit 700 million weekly users, up 4x from last year. Wow. Yeah, let's see. I don't really see much else. Nothing really coming through the feed. Actually, how does this look? No. I thought Raytheon looked okay. Yeah, Raytheon looks good. Huh. It's interesting that Lockheed's getting hit like that and Raytheon is just hanging out near the highs. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, we are about 25 likes away from being halfway there to the like goal, guys. 200 like goal on the stream. HOVR, the eVTOLs. I'm not really, I mean, those are interesting. But like, I mean, what's the market cap on this? 56 million. I mean, maybe it gets going, but like, what's the revenue on this thing? Is there any? Wait, where do I? More financials. Let's see. We got nothing here. Revenue, nothing. Okay. I don't know, man. That's not something that I really need to be going near thinking about too much, you know? I mean, again, especially with the short-term trading things, the way I like to describe it, it's like, it's one of the most risky things you can do, but we do it in the most risk-averse way. That's how we do things. It's like that tweet. It's like that tweet I put out. It's like, hey, SCV, love your work. Here's this company with no revenue that's up 500% in the last 2 months. Where should I buy it? And I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go out the window. I don't know. That one could be good. I don't know. Those eVTOLs, like the flying electric vehicle things, it's like, are we really going to be living in a society where we see like these flying electric vehicles everywhere? I don't think so. I think FSD is a much greater argument for that. I don't think people are really going to be flying around in these electric helicopters. Government contracts? Oh, sure. Yeah. Maybe for military, sure. But I don't know. They're just not really for me. See this thing get moving. That'd be fun. I mean, there is some interesting things going on in the cannabis space right now. Like if I were to look up MSOS today, I think there's some interesting stuff going on. Oh no, are they talking? Oh, are they doing the same? Oh boy. We'll see. It's a fun one. Like, I think if this one, the weekly chart is nasty, they really ripped this thing around on Friday, though. So, it's not like I got caught in it a little. Not really. I have not the greatest entry on this, so it's still red on it. But if this thing wants to go, I mean, the stock could double or triple in, like, a week or two. Like, that's kind of why I'm looking at this one, where I'm like, all right, if you see some positive news, you get that kind of hype to it back. You also still kind of have all of like the Wall Street Bets people lurking around looking for the next thing to do. So I don't think it's going to be something like MSOS, but like those overall, like, I mean, Druckenmiller calls it kind of like animal spirits in the market. Like they're still here and you got to be aware of them. So it's kind of the same thought process to how I gave you guys Krispy Kreme, which is D-Nut, AEO, and what was the other one? Kohl's in just a week. NBIS, let's take a look. Doesn't this one have earnings, or has earnings coming up? But I bet this has a good weekly chart. But since it has earnings coming up in the near future, it's not something you really want to consider all that much. You know, especially for a short-term trade. Like this is just consolidating into earnings, which makes sense. Buyers and sellers are balanced. They're just waiting for new information to see where to take that name next. Yeah. Why do I? Oh, that's what I have. But yeah, I'll throw the link in the live chat for you guys that still need to hop into LTMP, get 50% off your first month, and make sure that you're able to lock in this lower rate before prices go up at the end of the month here. So use code August. That will get you guys in there for 50% off your first month. Again, it's shocking to me that more people don't operate in the market like we do. It's very simple, but you guys have seen it so many times how effective this actually is. And I'm just going to keep handing out the dirtiest trades in the market. It's just going to keep happening. So you guys actually want to come and learn how to make money in the market? We'd love to have you in there. Core weave? Not. I'll look at it, but no. This is another one of those names that like everybody was trying to buy up here, and it's just like, why? I mean, I get it after the earnings, but you got a nice move up, but I'm not a big fan of this one, especially with the like NVIDIA round tripping stuff. Like, there's a lot of craziness with this one. I think what a lot of people are doing, especially these days, is like they have the right idea in the market with some of these growth names. They just don't have the skill set to understand where the time and the place actually is. I'm not saying this is you, Lori, at all. At all. But this is a trend that I see, and it's like you guys can literally just do better owning like the hoods, the Palantirs, the Sofis, not these like eVTOL or like CoreWeave and things like that, you know? Like they're trying to hit these big lottery tickets in these short periods of time, and what you really need to think about is how you can set yourself up for success according to your risk profile for the next 5 to 10 years. That's what you got to look for. Not like look, there's this thing, like, you know, people just love to think too short term. Yeah, Wally's still looking good here. Does that make sense? Because we just saw it like 2 weeks ago. We saw all these people just like flying into American Eagle and which American Eagle actually has the potential to turn it. That's the only one that actually could turn it around. But like Krispy Kreme and like Kohl's and those other ones, it's like, are those really going to have a sustained period of success over the next 5 to 10 years? I mean, probably not. Those are just trades, and you have to treat them like that. Because that's what they are. They're just trades. CoreWeave chart does not look good. Not looking good there. Ooh, what's that? Ooh. What's this? What does this look like on the daily? What is it? Is this? Am I looking at the wrong thing? Oh, pizza. Oh, yeah. We're in a good position here, guys. Good day so far. I'd like to see eBay go on a nice little run there. That'd be fun. MSOS too. That could be good. I mean, Wally's just kind of hanging out at the highs. I'm fine with that. That's 99.50 today's good. 100 would be really good if we saw that on Wally. But that's just a good setup. Every single time we see stuff like that, guys, that's just point and click. It's like, yep, you see setups like that, you execute. Very, very, very simple. Whether it works or doesn't on this one, it doesn't matter because over time, we know exactly what those are going to do for us. Big gains. AEO took off. Yeah, that was off the Trump stuff, I think, today. Did it really? Whoa, there she goes. Yeah, that was... So this one, I ended up selling this one a lot higher than what it looks like on the chart here. This is where I was selling. These levels on AEO was actually my last scale out. It was in the 1250s. Because it was really up there in the after hour. Like, I'll show you in here. You look at this on the 15-minute. Like, look. So AEO was ripping like this. And then all of a sudden, like, I was selling in the after hours here. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to... This kept happening to us where I would give you guys a name. And then all of a sudden in the after hours, the stock would be up like 40%. And I was like, okay, well, they're giving me a gift here. I'm just going to take a bunch of the money or all of it. And then in the morning, when this thing started to sell off a little bit down into like the 1250s where it didn't look like it was going to trade higher, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Just give me the money and run. So now it's back up to those levels there, but it's still not back up to the peak. But AEO is the only one out of everything that fired off during that crazy week that actually has the potential to have a longer sustained move. If we see it start to set up again, which it's absolutely not right now, I'd probably be interested in trading that. But at the same time, this pump that we're seeing off of Trump being in support of Sydney Sweeney in the ad, no thanks. This has already done what we needed it to do. So, woo! Guys, we are 15 likes away from being halfway there to the like goal. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are crushing it today. I appreciate that. Let's see. We definitely could get over 100 on the stream here. And then, yeah, links at the top of the live chat. Use code August for those of you guys that still need to jump into LTMP before the prices go up so you can lock in the lower rate. We'll get you guys going in there with us. And again, first step is go through all of the educational curriculum videos in there so you can get an understanding of exactly what we do. If you just try to jump right in and decide not to watch the videos, don't expect to have success because, again, I'm not going to sit here and just walk you through everything because that's what those videos are for. Again, I'm perfectly willing to help everybody, but don't waste my time. Yields moving back down. I kind of like that. I want the 10-year sub 4. That'd be nice. I mean, this is just snooze fest. After that ripper at open, this has just been a snooze fest since, what, 10 o'clock? Snooze fest. So, Wally's holding well, eBay's holding well, MSOS is holding well. That's really it. Actually, where's this one? This isn't the one that I really like. It's good. It's not great. But there is a ticker out there that I am very, very, very excited for to see what it does. We talked about it this morning on the private stream. It's got a lot of meat on the bone, and if it goes, oh boy, that could be a nice sustained move. That could be a giant trade. So let me actually see where it is. Yeah, that's by the end of this week, that one might be ready to go. That could be a very, very, very good one. Did it actually tap the 618? Yeah. Oh, are you talking about from here? Yeah. Those will kind of work, but it really work. That one really works the best on ES. It'll change at some point because of the distances and the points that you need. So like, remember, it's like minimum 2 points. At some point, like when ES, like, I don't know, is double, it'll be 4 point. It's like comparing ES and NQ. Like NQ, we wouldn't do 2 points of risk on NQ because that would be insane, you know? So it'll change eventually. Not in the near future though. So kind of a snooze fest here. Wally chopping around. MSOS looking all right. Just retested that prior breakout level today. Yeah, here comes eBay a little bit again. Let's see. I'll throw an alert on day high just to have it. We'll kind of go from there. Ooh, 13 likes away from 100, guys. We are almost halfway there. There we go. Yeah, I mean, Tom Lee's talking about stuff, but like that's just permeable stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing crazy. We're just sitting in really good positions right now. Just seeing if they can play out this week. If they can, it's going to be great. If not, okay. Fine with me. I'd love to see Wally hit. And then that other one we're talking about, I think that could be a very fun one as well. I'm hungry, man. It's almost lunchtime. Let's see. Yeah, there's not really much else going on. Pretty slow. Again, LTMP, guys. Less trades, more profits. The sooner that you adopt that methodology in the market, the sooner that you're going to be able to start having success. eBay is looking for round 2 here. Back to 93. What's the high? 93.32. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if it wants to go. Yeah, 95 would be an interesting spot on eBay, especially if it did that like tomorrow. Wally, that just looks filthy. This just looks great. You give me setups like this, I'm taking them almost 100% of the time, unless they have earnings really close. But I have next week's on this, so we're good on that. I'm bored. You guys bored? We're just sitting in positions here. That's what trading is. That's what the market is, guys. Boring. When it gets exciting is usually when you should stop doing stuff. You gotta slow it down. Ethereum, how's that look? Yeah, it's kind of the whole crypto market today is just fish hooking back to the upside. Cool. eBay, let's see. Are we going to go for round 2 here? We're going to get a little round 2 action on eBay? I don't know. Maybe. I want to get a nice post-earnings this week. Like we had, well, eBay was technically a really good one because you guys were able to make that free. We haven't seen one yet this quarter that's been massive. But think about it. The ones last time, a lot of them came right at the end. It was 750% Dollar General, 850% Zscaler. And then the really big one on Oracle, which it ran up 1,500%, and then I ended up selling the rest of them at 1,200%, which was good. But those are the ones that we're looking for. which they all can do it. That's why we trade them. Boring. Nothing going on. MSOS has just been flatlined for like 2 hours. Not actually. An hour. So is Wally. So is the market. I mean, that's just kind of what's happening here. The market's just flatlining. All right, guys. We're probably going to wrap it up here for today. Like, this is an absolute snooze fest in the market. Again, for those of you guys that are still needing to hop in there, I'll throw this link in the live chat one last time for you guys. It is pinned to the top. So again, once you guys hop in, you guys have any questions when you're going through the learning curriculum videos, just ask. That's what I'm here for. I want to make sure all of you guys have the ability to have long-term success in the market. It is not that difficult. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're gonna be like, the most common feedback that I get is, wait, it's that simple? Yes. Yes. Stop doing all this other nonsense with the shiny object syndrome and chasing stuff all over the place. It's like, just focus, again, like I said before, aim to do and focus on doing focus all of your energy on doing what is proven to work and aim to do zero of what is not only doesn't work, but it is proven not to work. So, all right, guys, I might be able to get a YouTube video out for you guys later today, maybe some Instagram and TikTok videos. Tomorrow, I'll be back live for you guys at, well, publicly, 10:30 for you guys here. All of you guys in the group, same schedule as as usual, back live at 9:15. Have a great rest of your day, guys. It's been a nice start to the week. Nothing crazy yet, but we've got some really, really solid potential setups that triggered and then also that are going to form. And then we also have a lot of these potential post earnings that we're going to be getting to as well. So, folks, make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.